Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Gashi's Command TV, the Tourist Man Black Africa. In this video, I want us to look at the 2027 general elections because, in my view, I believe that 2027 general elections could be a pipe dream. We could end up without any elections in 2027. If the political situation is anything to go by, basi unaweza kubaliana nami ya kwamba inaweza kuwa vigumu sana kuwa na uchaguzi wa 2027. If you are doing this channel for the first time, hit the subscription button, and for our viewers, kindly hit the thumbs up button. When you look at this country, you agree with me, there is a lot of mistrust. There is a lot of hostility between the national government and Azimio. You realize that there is a lot of division in this country. At no other time in the history of this country have we experienced what we are experiencing today. Ule uhasama, ule utegano, ule mgawanyiko ambao tunauona katika serikali, katika taifa hili, ni mgawanyiko ambao haujawahi kuonekana tangu nchi hii ilipojinyakulia uhuru. When you look at IBC, there is a belief among the Azimio that IBC is heavily compromised. IBC cannot be able to conduct a free, fair and verifiable elections. Hawezi kufanya uchaguzi wa haki na huru na ambao unaweza ukategemewa na kukubalika na wananchi wa Kenya. So IBC is one body that can put this country into serious problems. Today as we talk, there is serious disagreement between Azimio and William Samoei Ruto's UDA as far as the composition and the appointment of commissioners in IBC, and even the secretariat itself. It cannot be trusted. Remember very well that now there is what we call the Ruto Kamanga 2022 Camaradiers, whereby these two guys are said to have worked together and they were able to interfere with the elections. And this one is also going to affect the 2027 general elections. Kwa sababu watu wanasema, if William Samoei Ruto was able to interfere with the 2022 elections when he was the deputy president, what about now when he's controlling the instruments of power? What about now when we see him as the head of state, the head of government? He's controlling the NIS. He is controlling IBC. He is controlling everything, the judiciary. Sasa watu hawataona haja ya kuwa na uchaguzi. Hata nafikiri watu wa Azimio huenda wasikubali kushiriki katika ule uchaguzi unless and until IBC is fully reconstituted and they agree that now this is the IBC that we want. Because if you ask me, even the current secretariat is currently constituted, I don't think they can be able to conduct a free and fair election. I don't think that Azimio can agree to participate in an election even where we have a highly compromised secretariat and the commission itself. Again, we are likely to see protracted court battles whereby Azimio huenda wakaenda kotini wakipiga uchaguzi huu. Unaweza kusema kwamba uchaguzi huu usifanywe mpaka wakati ambapo mambo fulani yatakubalika. And I'm sure the court is going to give them a hearing. And this one can even delay the elections. Ndio, unajua watu wanaweza kuona miaka minne kama ni miaka mingi sana. Si muda mrefu, by the way. It is just the other day that William Samoei Ruto was sworn in as a president. It is just the other day ambapo tulikuwa pale Bomas tukigojea Raila Amolo Odinga atangazwe kuwa mshindi. And to our chagrin, it did not happen. I was there. I was in Bomas of Kenya. Pale tukigojea tuone vile ambavyo mambo yatatokea. Again, ukweli ni kwamba mahakama huchukua muda mrefu. Mahakama haiwezi kulazimishwa ifanye uamuzi wake haraka. Although there is the date that is in the constitution, I believe that there is a way that the courts can juggle between the constitution and they can come up with an acceptable way. Kwa kile ambacho tunaona ni kwamba uchaguzi huu hata ukipagwa utakabiliwa na upinzani mkali sana kule mahakamani. Pia kunaweza kutokea maandamano. Kunaweza kutokea maandamano makubwa sana mpaka ikawa vigumu sana kuendeleza uchaguzi. If the country becomes ungovernable, like now, if there are demonstrations, if there are mass actions throughout the country, do you think that IBC can be able to conduct elections? And even if the elections were to be conducted, do you think Azimio is going to participate? And even if it doesn't participate and UDS participate, how is William Samoei Ruto going to gain the legitimacy question? How is he going to convince Kenyans that he's the elected president of Kenya? If Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta was not able to convince Kenyans, if he had to go to Raila Amolo Odinga just for legitimacy issues, what about William Samoei Ruto? So I believe that 2027 could be a very different year. Could be a very different election year, never seen in this country. We could be having a constitutional crisis whereby wakati uchaguzi umefika lakini haufanywi, wakati uchaguzi umefika lakini hamna namna ya kuendeleza ule uchaguzi. And that is why William Samoei Ruto should be very, very careful and come up with a compromise the way he's going to work with Azimio. They should come up with a way forward. Kwa sababu without the way forward, bila kuwa na mwelekeo wa vile ambavyo mambo yataendeshwa, huenda akajipata katika njia pada. Na again, when you look at Azimio, there is a lot of indifference in Azimio camps. Unapoangalia watu wengi, even Kenyans, there is a lot of apathy. Because when you look at William Samoei Ruto ukiangalia vile ambavyo mwasaliti wafuasi wake, there is what we are calling voters apathy. Today, if elections were to be held, not many people would vote. And do you think this scenario is going to change in 2017? Not 2027. Most likely, the situation will remain the same. So the voters apathy is something that is going to affect the 2027 general elections. And that's why I'm saying, unless something drastic happens, I don't see us going to 2027 general elections. I don't see us. Naona tukiwa katika hali ya ati. Naona tukiwa katika hali ya watu kujiuliza maswali mengi. Iko haja gani ya kushiriki katika uchaguzi ambao matokeo yake tayari yanajulikana? That is the question. That is the elephant in the room. And 2027 could be the year for decision for this country. If things are not handled with care, if things are not negotiated, because what we are likely to have is a negotiated democracy. Indeed, this is the time to have a negotiated democracy. Without this, I can tell you, if Azimio is not going to participate in 2027 general elections, this country will have to be divided. I can see Azimio now writing to the United Nations asking for self-determination, because it's an international law that is recognized and it has been adopted by Kenya. Kenya recognizes that law, that people have that freedom of seceding and breaking away and forming their own country. Unajua lisemwalo lipo na kama halipo raja. Jambo hili limekuwa likizungumziwa katika mikutano ya kisiasa. It has been in the lips of many Kenyans. And it has a lot of support in Azimio camp. Wale watu ambao hapendelei jambo hili ni watu wa upande ni watu wa mlego wa Kenya Kwanza. Lakini unapotazama mlego wa Azimio, utaona kwamba wao haoni haja ya kuwa katika Kenya ambapo wengi wao wanategwa na bunge, wanategwa na mahakama, wanabaguliwa na William Samoei Ruto. This is only a thing that can happen in this country. So 2027, if the things continue, if this country continue the way they are going, we are going to have a breakaway state. I don't know how the name of this state, but we are likely to end up with two Kenyas. Kenya A, Kenya B. I don't know. Republic of Kenya and the People's Republic of Kenya. It is likely to happen, if you ask me. And we are also likely maybe to have a transitional government or a caretaker government, whereby both sides from the opposition and the government, they come together and agree on the way forward, how the election will be carried out, because there is no way William Samoei Ruto is going to midwife an election without the legitimacy. Today, remember, Raila Amolo Odinga has never called him Mr. President. Raila Amolo Odinga and Azimio in general have never recognized William Samoei Ruto as the head of state. Hawajai kumuita hivyo. Wanamuita Mr. Ruto. And now, come 2027, I don't see William Samoei Ruto midwifing a peaceful election, a fair and transparent election. Because you see, all said and done, IBC will have to depend on the executive for security and for funding. Again, we are likely to have a government of national unity. A government of national unity that can unite this nation so that we can again start moving in the same direction. Kwa sababu pale ambapo tupo, vile ambavyo mambo yanaendelea, sioni nchi ikielekea upande mmoja. Tunaona wengine waelekea upande huu na wengine upande mwingine. And just as the east is far from the west, so is Azimio and Kenya Kwanza. I don't know what you think, but if you ask me, we may end up without 2027 election. 2027 election may remain a pipe dream. That is my take. I don't know what you think. Please let me know in the comment section. Write something, comment something, and may you have a blessed day. Bye-bye.